All right, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai, Kawpala Yahweh Brakta Yahweh Shai, Brakta Yahweh Kakadash, give my honor to the elder apostle, the great Melvin Ruwell, and their citation and action and put in the truth across the four corners of the earth, through the fear and power of Yahweh Brakta Shai, the hope of all that, and who the world enemy called God is named Yahweh, and who the world enemy called Jesus Christ, named Yahweh Shai. The word Hebrew Israelite that consist of the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Indian, and those who line descendants go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel due to the gathering of the nation. All right, and this is basically desiring to be teachers. All right, which they don't know the law. All right, all these things that they've been coming out with, you know, got to keep the fringes on. You ain't got fringes on your shirt. But they don't understand what they're talking about concerning the law. All right, and this is from 1 Timothy 1:7. It's desiring to be teacher of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. All right, better understanding of that. NLT, they want to be known as teacher of the law of Moses. They always put the law this, law that, law this. But then when you get down into it, they don't know it. All right? Talk about we can't find nowhere in the scripture where it tells you can't have sex on the Sabbath. Well, you look into the law, clearly sex is what? Make you unclean. And you're unclean, guess what? You're unholy for that. You can't go to the holy place. All right? Why would you profane yourself on a holy day? All right? Why would you desecrate the Sabbath day? Because basically that's what y'all doing. Y'all not consecrating it. Y'all are desecrating it, man. It's basically tearing it down. It said, back in the NLT, they want to be known as teacher of the law of Moses, but they don't know what they are talking about. Even though they speak so confidently, they sound like they, on point. They sound like they got it. But nah, you ain't got it, my dude. You ain't got it. You got it all the way wrong. All right? That's what you do got. You got it all the way wrong. All right? And guess what? Starting with the elder apostle great stone on down, we're here to correct it. All right? Go to the next birthday. But we know that the law is good if a man used it lawfully. Lock it. In NLT, we know that the law is good when used correctly. All right? And we've been taught about the law correctly. Okay? That's how we know not to have sex on the Sabbath. All right? That's how we know to have beard on our faces. All right? That's how we know not to have a crazy haircut. All right? That's how we know to have fringes on our garment to our feet. Because it's been taught to us correctly. And guess what? Now we're using it correctly. All right? It said, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and the sinners, and for the sinners, for unholy and profane, for murder of father and murder of mother, for manslayer. All right? Now let's read it in the NLT. For the law was not intended for people who do what is right. Right, because you're already doing what's right, then you're not trying to get to the law, so therefore you don't need the law. So that's basically what it's saying. But hey, we are trying to get to the law, all right? Because in the world, we didn't know about these things. We were trying to get to the law. We didn't know about the Sabbath, cooking and eating pork, all that stuff. We didn't know about it. But now that we, because we were the profane, we were the unholy, all right? We were the sinners. We were the ungodly. But now that we know this law and stuff, now we become what? Holy. Now we become obedient. All right. Now we become. I already said this word, holy and obedient. Okay. It is for people who are lawless and rebellious, who are ungodly and sinful, who consider nothing sacred and defile what is holy, who kill their father or mother or commit other murder. All right. So these guys back in verse 7 desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. All right. That's the word desiring. All right. It's the Greek word is stelo. All right.
Strong's G 2309. Thello.
Stelo.
Thello.
To will, have in mind, intend. All right. The purpose, to desire, to wish, to like to do a thing, be fond of doing. All right. Yeah, y'all desire to be teacher, but y'all wasn't called to be teacher though. All right. Right. This is Romans 2:19, or let's see. Say, behold, thou art called a Jew, verse like is Romans 2:17. Behold, thou art called a Jew, and we test in the law, and make it thy boast of Yahweh, and knoweth his will, and approveth the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law. All right, basically, you've been taught the law. You've been taught, because these guys, they know the law, they want to follow it. All right, what he said, after spiritual growth and studying, we come to realize that, nah, that would mean that he, at one point in time, they knew about it. And they were keeping it, so they say. And art confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, a light of them which are in darkness. All right. An instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which hath the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law. All right, and in that same verse, you think you can instruct the ignorant and teach children the way of Yahweh, but you are certain that Yahweh law give you complete knowledge and truth. All right, the law don't give you complete knowledge and truth. All right, you have to get the understanding of the law, that commandments, all right, through the precept and stuff, not just solely off the law. Thou therefore which teacheth another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man should not steal, doest thou steal? Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, doest thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, doest thou commit cartilage? So basically the thing, you out there saying, you preaching, oh, you can't commit adultery, but you commit adultery. And here's a new thing. Y'all say, oh, wear your fringes. Gotta wear your fringes, but y'all ain't wearing fringes. All right? Hypocrite. All right? All right, so let's go back. I only got a couple more minutes left. Right? Galatians 4:21. Tell me, ye that desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? Right. They said the law is, but they don't even hear the law. The whole rape doctrine, all these different things, they're not even considering the law in entirety. All right. Right. Titus 1:10. That's what I wanted to get next. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers. That's all what they're doing. And it's to say that the thief and the thief are his. It's a rule of how about y'all shot. If you read the account of the prophet of Baal, they had a council of heaven, and one of the angels said, "I'll be a lion spirit," and how would they go down there? But y'all are just been sent to be lion spirit, all right, to deceive the people, all right, to have them believe in what how about y'all try to want them to believe. So y'all playing a part to be a deceiver to deceive the people, all right. But ultimately, how about y'all try don't even want y'all, man. But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, right? The one that knows the truth. Whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not. Right, you ain't supposed to be teaching having sex on the Sabbath. That's a no-no. That's not how this works. For filthy lucrative for money, and that's, hey, they're doing it for money. All right. Isaiah 29:13, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lip do honor me, but have removed their heart with their mind far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. All right, gotta keep the law, keep the law, keep the law. But here it is, they're not even keeping the law. All right. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among the people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish. Hear that? Y'all niggas gonna die, all right, for teaching things that you ought not to be teaching, man. Y'all are teaching profanity, all right? Profane things that are outside of the temple, things that are outside of the truth, all right? Things that you have not been taught of. And the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. All right. I'm gonna end it off with this. Matthew 23 and 20. Matthew 23 and 15. Woe to you, you blind guide, right? Because y'all are the guys that are blind people, and y'all blind your damn self. Which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fool and blind, for whether it's greater the gold or the temple that sanctifieth the gold. All right, the temple. And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swear by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fool and blind, for whether it's greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifieth the gift. Right, because it's showing the carnality. All right, not understanding the benefit and the attribute of the temple and the altar. Okay. But y'all are worried about what's in the temple and what's sitting on the altar. Okay? Ye fool and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies the gift. Whosoever therefore shall swear by the altar, swear by it, and by all things thereon. And whosoever is like it, whoso shall swear by the temple, swear by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. Alright? And he that swear by heaven, swear by the throne of Yahweh, and by him that sitteth thereon. Alright? Woe unto you, scribe and Pharisee, hypocrite! For you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matter of the law. And that's y'all know. Y'all have omitted the weightier matter of the law. Okay? It's that judgment, mercy, and faith. And y'all don't show no y'all for sure hell don't show no mercy, man. Man, y'all here still bringing up the elder apostle called jacket, and he apologized. No mercy, all right, and faith, right? Cause y'all, man, these are easy to have done, and y'all don't do those things. Y'all totally remove those things, man. So y'all be having unrighteous judgment. It's that ye have done and not leave the other undone. You blind guide with swing at a gnat and swallow a camel. Right. Y'all swinging at the fringes. Alright. But when it come to the theft of establishment, that's swallow that, man. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Y'all desire to be teachers, okay? Teaching things y'all ought not. That's not how it went. I had two scriptures combined in my head to lock it. They desire to be teachers, alright? 1 Timothy 1:7. Desire to be teacher of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. Alright? And that's you guys. Alright? So with that, I'm gonna take Shalom.